working. So yeah, so temperature is going up. I'm sweating like an animal, but there you go. Let's try to get some work done. So yeah, by the way, welcome to Jaxx Vane Studio, number 33. We're live 3 times a week on Twitch, if weather permits, working on a selling game, selling simulator game, prototype. I don't think it's going to be prototype for a long time. I've been saying that for a couple of months, but we're definitely working towards an announcement in the following. It was supposed to be last week, but yeah, it didn't happen. So, but I think it's going to happen soon. That we will have, like, you know, a proper name for this game, website, a little bit of plans of what I intend to do with it. So yeah, move it from a prototype stage to a full production, official production state. Right. What I'm doing today is working on basics of the netcode. I just started, so I don't have much done. It's not going to be one of those streams where we're going to see exciting stuff. It's just going to be boring netcode programming. But yeah, if we want to the good stuff, we also have to do the boring stuff at the beginning. There isn't much to be done about that. And probably I will be particularly slow because I need to, after 1 week on non-coding, I need to remember where I am and what I want to do and so on. Make a Viking sailing game. Yeah, I thought about that, mate. I thought about that many times. The problem is that I tried to look into it. I mean, I seriously looked into it. And at the end, if you think about it, the sailing part for the Vikings was really just a transportation methods from one point to another. So they move from where they are to another place, they go down, kill everybody, steal the stuff, and come back home. So the sailing part, you know, it's not that they were doing sailing battles or stuff like that. So, and their sailing system was really not able to sail in every direction. So they were using oars most of the time. Yeah, it's basically the if you do a Viking game, it's going to be a Viking combat game, first person combat game, more than a sailing. The sailing is going to reduce to a small part of it, right? And I'm also not a huge fan of games where you have to fight with swords. I remember back in the days, I think, even before I moved to England, I was working on a prototype by myself of a sort of samurai sword game, where with the mouse you basically had full control of your arm, right? So you were moving the mouse. I think there is something like that maybe for VR. Yeah, I think Mountain Blade, right? That's exactly how it works. No, I never played it, but you know, I probably should, because it could be something that sort of. I definitely don't. I don't like the games where you click somewhere on the screen and the guy starts to. I definitely hate I hate those fantasy game where there is so much happening on the screen. It's really obvious they are sort of Asian influenced, where the screen is literally full of effects and magic and explosions and yeah, I don't like those. In the indie scene, I'm seeing a lot of games right now that seems to be, oh, let's build this super cute island with very bright and cute colors, and everything with a nice style, and you just wander on the island. My favorite is probably a game from, I think, an Australian guy called Lens Island, something like that. And it's super cute. I mean, the game is amazing. Super, super cute game. The problem with those games, I really don't know where the game is going. I don't know how you take something that looks cute and actually make an interesting game out of it. Yeah, it's a good learning experience. In my case, of course, it's not really a learning experience because I've done it so many times, but every time I write an engine is very different from the engine that I wrote before. So this engine, the way it works, the entire architecture is radically different from how the Assetto Corsa engine worked. And Assetto Corsa was a more traditional scene graph, object-oriented, polymorphic engine, while this one is basically no polymorphism, no how you call it, dynamic dispatch, no virtual classes, nothing. It's just straight, just take things and give them the name that describe what they are. So if you have a mesh, then it's a mesh. If you have a bone, it's a bone. And instead of to treat them as some magical subset of an object. You enjoyed the sun last week. Got burned on my back, right? I should have done that. I hated it. I hated it. I should have, just went out for a walk and get some air, while what I did was stay home and be miserable because I wasn't working. I should work, but I can't work because it's too hot. And that basically was my last week, how my last week went. And every single morning, I would sit on this computer and I will, start OBS, getting ready to stream, and then just realize that, there is no way, man, that I can do this morning. So I would shut everything down and went on the sofa and be miserable. Yeah, that's not a good way to... I don't have a very good relationship with hot weather. Unless I have enough time to get really used to it, right? And with everything, you get used to it. Like, when I was in the Philippines, it was just the way it was. Although I needed air conditioning in the Philippines. If you, I think I already said that, right? If there was when there were blackouts in the Philippines, that sadly are very common, and it's something that you don't realize when you move there. Before you move there, you think I go in the Philippines, it's fine. I have the internet, and I can work. And then you realize that blackouts happen so often. Was my previous game studio located in the Philippines? No, the studio has always been officially in Italy, but we did most of the work for Assetto Corsa, in the office in Italy, like me and Marco, but everybody else was remote. So we have people like Aris and others that are around Italy. Simone lives in Thailand. So we always been, the studio before was always a studio where, we were doing remote before remote was cool or necessary. So yeah, my wife is from the Philippines. So at the time, before Assetto Corsa, I wasn't doing that well money-wise, and I was a little bit tired of living in Italy, and I thought, okay, I can move to the Philippines, and if my income will remain the same, I will live much better there. So we moved in the Philippines with my wife, and luckily I was lucky enough that Assetto Corsa then came out and went really well, and that problem sort of disappeared. But it was a good experience anyway. I mean, at the end, you have to try these things to understand if you can really do it or not, right? Kids. No, TCP. I will do. I'm starting with a similar architecture as Assetto Corsa, which is TCP, a TCP connection for everything that needs to be reliable and in order. So you will send information. So informations like game resets, location changes, all those kind of stuff that marks, leaderboards, all this kind of stuff that you have to be sure that make it to destination will go through this TCP. And everything, all the stuff that you can get rid of, is going to be through UDP. So there's going to be 2 sockets handling this, which is pretty much how the Assetto Corsa server works, both Assetto Corsa and Competizione. So TCP is the first step. I wonder if I must be able, because what I really need is when I run this guy, it shouldn't, I want it to open its own separate window. So if I do this, I don't want to live in this terminal. I wonder how I do that. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right. We're moving. Okay. So how do I stop this? Why doesn't stop? All right. Okay. That's good. So if it crashes, it closes. Oh, Jesus, I miss Visual Studio. I think I need a batch file. I need a batch file, don't I? All right, okay. Terminate the batch job, yes. The post doesn't work. Okay, cool. At least this works. So it stops here. Cool. Okay. So transparent processor, blah, 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 blah. Boot block. That's cool. Oh, all right. Let's see. Cool. Got the packet. Works. Length 19. Yuri. Well, I think I need to study a little bit. So yeah, I think for this stream we got the super basic thing that we wanted to do. So I think for today I will close here. It's also quite warm. And I will see you guys on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock. Ciao, ciao.